Should you use Advantage Plus creative enhancements in your Facebook ads? That is what we are going over in this video. And it's very important that we talk about this now because 3 new updates just came out and I've seen them sometimes be in an ad account, sometimes not. So you may or may not see them all, but we're going to be addressing all of them today. I'm going to tell you exactly how to make the decision. So if you really want to understand Advantage Plus creative enhancements to the highest level, you are on the right video. Smash that like button and let's get started. So when you are making the ad and you go through this whole creative process and you go through the media and you do the crop and then the text, which I never do the text there. I like to write it when I can actually see the visual representation. But regardless, enhancements is at the last step. And then also enhancements is going to be down here, Advantage Plus creative enhancements. So let's go over each of these and know that it's very important that you understand these because it will turn on some of these enhancements by default and some of them you really don't want on. Most of them you don't want on. So this first one is swap selling points and it's not showing me an example here, so it must not be able to tweak the text of this image for whatever reason. But to show you an example that I had for a client recently, on the right side is the original image. We had fall sale as the text, and then you can see that it swapped it to save big. So it will swap it sometimes. There's also a few other examples that it gave us that were weird. So like save big, that's not that bad, but some of the other ones just did not work and you can't choose which ones you want it to use. You're really just giving it full control to just swap out your text to no end. I think if you are not a good marketer, it might be a good idea, but if you are watching my YouTube channel, you're a pretty good marketer, so do not use swap selling points because you're going to get some very weird variables. And a lot of times it might even just make no sense or they could do a weird font. There's a lot of bugs with this. It is still in beta, obviously it says here. So in the future, I'll be watching out for it to see if it gives me some good ads. And if I think it's giving me some really good ads, then I will turn it on. Overlays. Always off. That adds an extra headline on top of your ad. You should already have a headline in your ad and you don't want a double headline. That's distracting. And especially with this basic font that does not look good, do not use ad overlays. All it is right there is it puts the headline of your ad right there. And yeah, it's not good. Visual touch-ups, I also would tell you to turn off, although sometimes it can do a good job. Basically what it does is it will take your image and it will try to turn it into a full screen image. So like this is a square or like a 4x5 image that I uploaded and it's trying to make it into a 9x16 story post. So in theory, that sounds great. But the problem is once this is on, it will sometimes turn it into a square image. And then in that case, it will cut off some of the text. You can look through the examples. This one, it really can do a good job, like even 90% of the time. The problem is that 10% of the time where you see your ad on your screen and it is just cut off in a weird way. So I don't do visual touch-ups. If you use a square image, you can probably get away with visual touch-ups a lot easier though, I will say. So maybe that's a better rule for it. If you're using a 1x1 square image and these examples look good, then you can use visual touch-ups. If you're using a 4x5 image, 1080 by 1350, which I typically recommend because it is a bigger one, that's when you run the risk of it sometimes cutting out that image into a square and then it will cut off the text and it will mess it up. So don't do it in those cases. Music. This one is on by default. Every time you duplicate a campaign, it's going to try to turn it back on. So make sure you always go in. And for the most part, you should turn it off. The reason why is not because music is bad on the ad. It's more so that music doesn't really help. If your ad is going to work, it's not going to come down to whether or not you had a music background or not. However, I will say that it can be nice. It does. If it matches the mood of your post, then that's great. But the problem is that you can see it gave me 5 different songs. Let's just listen. Not bad. Don't really love that. It's not terrible, don't really love it. Not fitting, right? So there's eventually going to be one that's not fitting. So if you do want to have music, go to customize and then go to manually select and then choose 1 to 3 songs that will work well. It's just an extra step. And because I haven't really seen it improve an ad is why I don't really care. Most of the time I just turn off music. If you're looking to refresh a campaign or an ad that's been going for a long time and it's kind of dwindling in results and it's getting worse and worse and you just want to like freshen it up, this is not a bad way to say I'm going to go in and just like turn on the music and like pick out some good music. So it's not necessary, but you just have to understand like it's not that important, and it can also be super weird. Like weird music will get you a no sale. Great music is really not going to change the customer's perspective of your product or not. But I mean, if you just have music that is completely misleading, like one time someone turned this on and it played Jingle Bells in July for them, then that's just weird, right? No one's going to be like, oh, well, I'll ignore that and just buy anyways, I guess. They're going to be like, oh, that is a reason for a no sale right there. I don't know what is going on right now. Text improvements, always off. What this does is it takes your primary text, your headline, and your description area, and it alternates them. And that's super weird because the description only has like max capacity of like 5 words that can fit there. Headline, max capacity of like 10 words that can fit there. And then your primary text, you can do paragraphs. And for those to get swapped around will just make a very weird ad. So always turn off text improvements. Add animation. This can sometimes do a good job. I'm looking to see what preview it's showing me because sometimes it will animate the text or it will animate the image. If you like what you see, turn it on. If you don't like what you see, turn it off. That one's a simple one. You're just going to look and see if you like it. A lot of times it does do a good job at animating it, and just creating a little bit more movement in your ad is a little bit more scroll stopping. So I would err on the side of turning this on if you like it. In this case, I can't tell. So I will turn it on. And my reasoning is because I want to get on Facebook's good side, and they like when you turn on their features. I usually turn them all off, right? So if I can ever find this random time where I can turn it on to earn Facebook's good graces, this is just like a theory of mine, but it checks out because that's usually how they work. They like when people use their features, and they usually reward you in terms of like it's slightly cheaper to run your ads. So if I'm torn, if I'm in the middle, I'll turn it on that particular one at least. Add product tags. This all it does is it's going to tag your product. If you are doing a carousel ad, I would do it. If you're doing a single image ad, I would not, because you're already going to be linked to the one product that is in the single image. So they don't need a tag here and essentially a tag here with both links going to the same spot. If you're doing a carousel and they're all different products, that's when product tags would make sense. Enhanced CTA. This is a feature that I did not like before and I do like now. So I think the same thing might happen for this swap selling points one, is that once they figure it out, then it can be good. And what Enhanced CTA does is, see how it says more details here? All of the other options in the past are learn more, shop now, order now, download, apply now, all of those kind of things. People are very used to them, and it's fine. The button only has so much of an impact. But what it does is it just messes around with what the button says. More details here with a little pin. See details, check out our site, take a closer look, more details here. I like it because people for the last 15 years have only been seeing learn more, shop now. And this is just a natural pattern interrupt. So I do like it. I didn't use it before because one time I turned it on for a client who was running a 30% off sale, and it said get 50% off now is the button that it made, even though right above it, it said 30% off sale. So I said, all right, this thing is not good enough yet. So I turned it off. I haven't seen any ads that have been weird in the last 2 months that I've been using it. So I do like Enhanced CTA. The other thing here is a lot of times it will hide some of your extra enhancements in here because they want you to keep them on, but some of them are terrible. So we're going to click on show and we're going to go down here. Relevant comments can definitely be on. It's just going to put the comment that has more likes at the top of your comment feed. Totally fine with that. Adjust brightness and contrast, I would not do. It usually doesn't do that much to it, but I've seen it make a video look way overly bright, and it's just weird. I mean, just adjust that yourself is much better. Reveal details over time. This is a new one. Will reveal information from your website or apps or store product page when people spend a few seconds looking at your ad. This can help people feel more confident before they click to your call to action. Honestly, I am just seeing this one now for the first time. They have rolled out 3 or 4 new ones in the last month, 2 of which I'm not seeing on this ad account right now, but I will tell you about them. And this one, I like that idea. It kind of just eases them into the shopping experience. And like, if they're just staring at it, it's like, yeah, did you want to go to the website? So I think that one's pretty awesome. The other 2 that I've seen, one of them is the ability to have an AI chatbot. It's been called a few different things. I'm going to pull it up on my phone real quick, and it's called AI Agent, if you can see that there. So we'll say add AI Agent, and that will read all of your product description, and then it will turn your Instagram DM inbox into a chatbot that will answer their questions about the product. I could see this one being amazing later. I could see it sucking now. I'm going to try it. I'm the guinea pig though, right? I'm like, I got to turn it on so I can make the videos and everything. So that's a lot of what people in my position do, is just, we're the first one shot through the door for you. So I can tell you if it's a good idea or not. I would turn it on as long as you have a very detailed product description and maybe you have an FAQ even on that page. As long as the AI bot has enough information on your product pages to inform customers properly, turn it on. Otherwise, fix your pages and then turn it on. The other one is Create Sticker AI, and this one is very similar to or Create Sticker CTA. It's very similar to this one here, the Enhanced CTA. And what it does is it turns this product image into a little sticker. So instead of the normal link button like that right there that they would be clicking on it turns that link into an icon of your product. I like it. It's a pattern interrupt. I would absolutely use Create Sticker CTA if you see that one. So the new ones that they've added are a lot better than all of these ones that have been around for a long time. Like especially text improvements is terrible. Overlays is terrible. There's a lot of these that are just always off is the rule. So if you have any questions about any of these, comment those below, and make sure you're subscribed. Check out the other videos on my channel and get a free phone call with me below if you're looking for some professional help to either get help running your own Facebook ads, or if you'd like me to run your ads for you. I offer both services. See you in the next one.